Air Force when I was 17 in 1962, and I stayed in the Air Force for 20 years and 19 days and retired when I was 37. The job I had I didn't like, which was being a carpenter, and I had a wife, and I was still going to school, and so I decided that I would go ahead and quit school because I was married, and I joined the military. I was with the 30th Air Rescue and Recovery Squadron. Now, I had dual occupation when I was in the military. I was also a firefighter, and firefighters, they came out and said, we've got a new thing we're going to do. We're going to put certain firefighters on helicopters, and what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead of if a plane's got a problem, if a pilot bails out, you're going to go get him. If there's a plane comes in and it crashes, you're going to be the first ones in. You're going to go in first, and the fire trucks are going to come behind you. So I volunteered for it, and that was 1966, I think it was. I volunteered, and 66, 67, 68, 69, all the way up to 71. And during that period of time, that's what I did. I was an airborne firefighter, actually airborne. My job title was ABS, which is Airborne, they call it ABS, but it was Airborne Search and Rescue. And we did the same thing as the Jolly Greens did. If it was near the bases or close by, we would go pick up the pilots. And if the pilots crashed and they couldn't get out of the airplanes, we went in first. A pilot was trapped in an airplane, and me and another guy with the helicopter landed, and with the fire still going on, and they blew the fire back, and we went in and we got him out of the helicopter. I was talking to a pilot one day, and I got all of his name and everything, and his name was Gibbons. And 2 weeks later, we got a alert that it was time for us to respond. That we had to respond. We were the only ones who could get to the aircraft, and the aircraft crashed on coming in from a raid out of North Vietnam. And me and another guy named Shipman, as soon as we went around with the helicopter and got in and we landed, we couldn't find the pilot. So I went up on the aircraft. I got up on the aircraft, it was still burning, and it blew up and blew me off of it. And when it blew me off of it, it blew me backwards, and I laid on the ground, and I looked over to my right, and I seen kind of a weird looking shadow, and I reached over and I pulled back, and it was a chute. I moved the chute back, and it was the pilot. And so I just rolled him over, and when I rolled him over, I seen his name tag, and it was the pilot that I had briefed 2 weeks before. But I couldn't tell it was a pilot because he didn't have a head. He had been decapitated. I lost a lot of friends over there, and one of my best friends I just recently talked to, and he stayed in combat for 7 years. I stayed in it for 2 years. And one of my friends that I talked to, and I never knew what happened to him. I just knew that he disappeared, and he was on a mission, and he just never came back. And I just recently found out that he was in the process of and I didn't know this until recently by going through the website and researching names and stuff, that he was on a hoist penetrator bringing a pilot up, and they shot the hoist off the helicopter, and they never retrieved. He still has never been retrieved. You know, I don't know. I don't like talking about it, and she hasn't heard too much about what I've done because I don't like talking about it. But I've seen a lot of people die, and a lot of people live, and then, you know, I told Bob, I said, you know, I'm still fighting the Vietnam War because of cancer, and which started in 2000. The day I retired from being the fire chief, they told me to take a physical, and they found out I had cancer. And it took the Veterans Administration. I had applied in '82 because I had various other things happen to me, like I've lost a hearing ear in my one ear, I have rods in my neck, I have all kinds of things wrong with me. But the veteran says, no, we'll give you 0% disability until 2004. Yeah, 2004. That's when I started working with the greatest group of people, as far as I'm concerned, in Wise County, is this Veteran Service Organization up here. Going to a combat zone, you might as well get prepared for it, because that's what your job is. And you're going to be assigned to a helicopter crew, and you're going to go in and you're going to rescue people. And you may lose your life doing that, and that's part of the job. And people don't understand that. A lot of people don't understand it. And but That was our job. You give up. You possibly going to give up your life, but you got to go in and try to take care of the other people. And I saved a lot of people's lives, and a lot of people I didn't. But I retrieved them. I never did go into a situation that I didn't bring the body back or a person back. I never, and I went in quite a few, numerous times. I flew 106 combat missions, and I flew something like 50 different local rescue missions around the base and around areas and stuff like that, where pilots were crashing or ejecting or stuff like that. But I got to see the great country of Cambodia, and I've got to see the country of Thailand, and I've got to see the country of Vietnam, and I've got to see the country of the country of Laos, and they all look the same to me.